What's up, everybody? Back with another Fair Shake review, and this time we're going to be talking about Alessia Cara's new album, In the Meantime. This is her third full length, and boy, I just gotta say, right off the bat, really love this album. Really love this album. Alessia Cara I've been following for quite some time, ever since Here dropped, and so got to check out like the Four Walls and all that stuff, all the way to Growing Pains, and then the EPs in between, and now In the Meantime. I just gotta say, I think this is her best album to date. Like, even though it's just a little under an hour, the entire time I was entertained, and I think that is something to be noteworthy. So let us get into my quick thoughts over each song real quick. Since there is a good amount of songs, I'll try and get through it as quickly as possible. But the unboxing intro here, I think the vocal layering here and the tempo increasing really captured just like that, how the thoughts are just racing in her mind. It was just perfect text painting, as well as like having the production also do that too. Excellent way to start this album that really is just about her mental state in a bunch of different situations. So I love the way the album starts, and it goes right into Box in the Ocean really well. And in this song she explores more of those thoughts that were brought up in that intro, and how she just hides those worries, just like that box that she puts them in the box and throws it in the ocean. And I think that is also just kind of perfectly played throughout the song as well, being that she's talking about all these worries, but through an upbeat sounding song. And I was like, it's so good. Then Bluebird, I kind of has that hints of bossa nova with the sample, and I think the pain of realizing the relationship you had for something isn't helpful, and so you have to end it. That's kind of like what the song is about, and I really just enjoyed the vibe of that, and the way she was singing on it. The next track, Lie to Me, captures that person who has trust issues, and I just really love the production in this one. It just it's so good. The going into Shapeshifter, one of the singles, ever since it came out, I loved the Soldier production from Salam Remy. It's just kind of that really good soulful sound that he provided with Amy Winehouse. This is kind of put on display here, and with Alessia's vocals, it just pairs so well. As she talks about a cheating lover, and in the video as well is just really funny. I really enjoyed watching that, and it kind of plays into the sound of the production as well, so it's really nice. Then Fishbowl, most likely like my favorite track on this project. Fishbowl, man. See, this one, I just love the funk in the production, and the filtered beats in the verses. It's just a really cool balance, and also I feel like this is an incredible jam for diving into the feeling of being like left out and being isolated from others, and also just feeling like your life is a little bit out of control. It was said that what allowed her to create this song is just panic attacks, and just kind of capturing that feeling into words. And I was like, yo, it's so good. It just, like, even though it makes me want to jam that, what she's talking about, once again, it's just like, wow, that's a scary and terrible feeling, but I can't help but jam to this. Next we got I miss you, don't call me. And I think that the vocal layering in the chorus is really cool. And I like how she's, talking about fighting the urge to get back with the next lover. And that's definitely something that's super relatable. Then Middle Ground, another highlight to me. I feel it perfectly explains playing around with the idea of being in a relationship, which is something that I can relate to heavily right now. And I think Chica also came through with all the cool vocal layering in her verse with her own unique soulful voice. So both of them have a lot of soul, but they have very different tones, but they mesh really well in the song as they tackle this topic so masterfully. Up next we get Somebody Else, which is a nice little groovy mid-tempo pop tune, and that's also about an ex-lover, but this time it's the ex-lover who's moved on, and you wish they kind of didn't, and they haven't changed in their feelings for you, and also the kind of the person they are. It's just really captured nicely in the lyrics there. Drama Queen, I think it was a tight little plucky kind of tune, calling out the flaws in the relationship that is just plagued with arguments, and it just seems like she doesn't enjoy it, but the other person just seems to love arguing, and there's definitely a lot of relationships that I've seen like that. So this, I feel, captures that feeling really, really well. And Clockwork, another one that I just really, really enjoy. I love the really tight groove with the crisp drum loop in it, and her musing over how you can live your own. How did I write this note? Musing over how you live your own self and your flaws that you can't change, though you realize you need to. Wow. My grammar. But yeah. It was, kind of all about trying to see how you can look at yourself and realize that there's things about me that I don't like, but it's kind of things that have been ingrained in me, and where do I even begin to even try and change it? It's just gonna keep going the way it always has. That feeling is really, really brought home in this track, and I just still love that groove in there. It's really good. It just hits. It hits right. Next is Best Days, which was inspired from a line in the intro that what if the best days are behind us. So just extending that to a full ballad was really nice. And here it was just kind of a minimal sound with the piano driving the track. And it grows with some really cool synths and strings that complement it as it goes on. And I think it's a really nice introspection on one's life journey. Next up, Sweet Dream, the single that came out alongside Shapeshifter, really chronicles a night of insomnia, and it's a really nice, solid mid-tempos joint, and it plays very nicely off that Mr. Sandman melody, and boy, it's gotta suck to not be able to sleep. 14. As in Find My Boy. I love how this one bounces between kind of like more of like tropical production with like congas and stuff, and the 808 led moments. Even though the pop lyrics are really simple, it's still something really enjoyable, where she's just asking, where in the world am I gonna find my soulmate? Everybody wonders that sometimes. And I know I have. Voice in My Head. Here, I love the really cool rhythmic delivery of a lot of the lyrics in this one. And here we just kind of hear how mental health is stressing her out over this like kind of a reggae dance hall kind of flavored groove. And I really like the way that's paired together. It's just really nice to listen to. Slow Lie is another slow song on the album that I feel really expounds on her being a lover, her being disappointed in a lover that she had who just lied throughout the relationship about their feelings, and that the relationship would last. Everyone wishes that something could last forever, but to promise that and know that you're the cause of the end of the relationship, this kind of is really deceitful and can really hurt. And so that's sucks to be on the opposite side of that. So next, You Let Me Down, another song talking about the disappointment that a person can have when they're not there to help support you during your lowest moments, and feeling that they could only really be there for the good moments, to be like, hey, you're doing great, right? You're staying strong. Yep, okay, I'm gonna be over here because it seems like you're not having the best time. And so it's just like, you let me down. I needed you, and where were you? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. I'm sorry. But the final song, Apartment Song, apparently this was written when she first got into her new living situation in her own apartment. And I just kind of like really enjoy the great harmonies and the layering on this upbeat tune that just kind of expresses the happiness that she tries to have despite the troubles that she has in life. Because despite all the craziness that she goes through with her mental and the relationships, whether it be romantic or with friendships and her own mental anxiety, the insomnia and stuff, she does find time to find happiness in the small things. And I feel like she really captures that feeling in this song to close it out. And so like I mentioned before at the outset, I really think this is the best album so far, and I love the really diverse production that was throughout this. And I think that Alessia has become even more solid of a songwriter in here, along with her collaborators. And then even though she could be rather straightforward with her themes, she can for the songs that she writes, I feel like the lyrics are very succinct and poignant at times, enough to make you really feel something, because I really was right there with her. And I think her voice just sits on the production really, really well. Like especially with her lower tone of voice, it just sounds really good, and that smokiness just adds to kind of the soul of her delivery. And like mentioned before, it's super easy to relate to the material that she writes and empathize with her, even if you haven't dealt with it. And most of the time it's kind of like hiding the medicine in the applesauce. And I don't say medicine in the candy with this one, because applesauce is good for you, man. Applesauce is good for you. It's with an apple. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of sugar, but it's good for you along with the medicine. And yeah, there's a lot of like really good upbeat sounding songs talking about very tough to deal with emotions, and I just think that the way it's packaged here is just magnificent. But that's my thoughts on it. I want to know what you guys think, so please leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate your thoughts down there. You can also hit the like button if you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this, or subscribe to see more reactions and reviews on the channel. If you'd like to help support your boy, then guess what? I got a Patreon. It's linked in the description box if you're here on the YouTube. And if you're on the blog, just go to patreon.com/blipmaster5, and there you'll be able to get some daily content that I do for my patrons. So thank you for those who are already there. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for today. So I hope you have a good one. Until next time, much love, peace.